compare everything you know about me with my opponent. I think it's time he met the same level of disclosure that I have for years. You've got a medical report on me that meets the same standard as Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. Donald Trump's doctor said he'd be the healthiest president in history. That's just not even serious. And I've released nearly 40 years of tax returns. He hasn't released one.
We're very pleased to welcome back Pollster John Zogby. John is also the director of the Keenan Center for Entrepreneurship and Ethics at Lemoyne College, and he is the author of the new book, We Are Many, We Are One, Neo-Tribes and Tribal Analytics in 21st Century America. John, as always, we appreciate your time on Newsmax Prime. And people are talking about Hillary talking on the telephone last night to Anderson Cooper on CNN. Her take on explaining away her illness strains believability. She actually says it wasn't that big a deal. Listen.
I should have gotten some rest sooner. I probably would have been better off if I'd just pulled down my schedule on Friday. But like a lot of people, I just thought I could keep going forward and power through it. And obviously that didn't work out so well.
Now, again, she literally said, quote, she didn't think it was that big a deal. Yesterday, you told us that Hillary's explorations strain believability. She just has problem being candid, being honest. Is this more of an ample demonstration of that?
Yeah, I think it is. I was kind of stunned by her saying that. I mean, she really needs to be honest and come clean. Otherwise, she's going to continue to lose ground. Problem here is that it also reflects judgment as well. Not listening to a doctor. Look, pneumonia is pneumonia. There are various strains of it, but we know the word, and those of us who've had it know what it means. But then, initially she was playing with her grandchildren for an hour and a half. Not when you have pneumonia, my friend. And then going out and kissing a 5-year-old girl. These are questions of judgment. These are questions of putting just sheer craven lust for power ahead of good judgment and honesty. And I apologize for coming on so strong. I am an objective pollster, but in this instance, I'm more than scratching my head on this one. This is beyond the pale.
Well, there is a situation where all of these difficulties and this weird kind of explanation really are hurting Mrs. Clinton. It's kind of interesting how we try to quantify this. CNN has a political prediction market numbers where it's almost like Vegas, and apparently Mrs. Clinton's chances of winning the election have dropped precipitously because of her health scare. Before all the health problems, 72% chance she was going to win, now down to 58%. I imagine that probability number will continue to dwindle. What say you?
Oh, I do too. Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a close race, and I think we're looking at the end of the week with a clear Trump lead. I haven't seen any polling, and none of us will see any polling, until about Thursday or Friday when all this gestates and works its way through the sampling and so on. But she'll be on the ropes, but the key issue here is how does she get back in? And it's hard for me to find a path for her to get back into the game. She has to convalesce. She has to be truthful. And then, more importantly, she has to deal with some serious content in those emails that will be as badly timed for her as anything we've ever seen, I think, in a presidential campaign.
Yeah, witness what was going on today up on Capitol Hill. Before we let you go, the minute that remains, a couple of polls out we should talk about in terms of tracking. The LA Times poll tracking has Mr. Trump up by 3 points. Likewise, the UPI C-Voter daily tracker, almost a 3-point lead for Donald Trump, technically 2.9%. But John, it seems the momentum is with the GOP nominee.
It is. And your viewers need to understand that none of what happened on Sunday is reflected in those polls. This is Hillary Clinton on a downward slope, and the question is, will that slope continue? Will it be free fall? Those are both probabilities and possibilities. Will she increase? Oh, I don't see how. No.
Well, that is something we will continue to monitor because strange things have happened in this campaign heretofore. John Zogby, again, we thank you for your insights and analysis. Once again, the name of John's new book, We Are Many, We Are One, Neo-Tribes and Tribal Analytics in 21st Century America.